Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Zapata and I'm a community organizer with eBase.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny. I'm a community organizer with Monument Impact.
We are two member organizations of Raise the Roof, a coalition that has been working in Concord on immigrant rights and housing protections.
Our coalition has been a year-long fight to keep families in Concord. So,
What do you mean?
In 2017, in response to the increased fear of deportation, Raise the Roof won a sanctuary city policy to prevent local agencies from working with ICE. But what does sanctuary mean without a home?
So we shifted to housing organizing after hearing constant stories from community members, mainly immigrants and people of color, experiencing unjust evictions and rent increases.
We have seen landlords evicting tenants after they asked for basic repairs, landlords who have threatened to call ICE on tenants when they spoke up about their living conditions, and landlords giving outrageous rent increases while failing to do their own job of maintaining livable homes.
In February 2020, after years of hearing from Concord residents advocating for just cause for evictions and rent control, Concord City Council instead recommended band-aid solutions like making landlords provide relocation assistance after evicting tenants, aka paying poor folks to leave Concord.
At that meeting, Councilmember Burson recommended to put just cause for evictions back on the table so that tenants wouldn't be evicted for no reason. Councilmember Aliano seconded that motion. Mayor Tim McGallion said that he could not support that, and Councilmember Obringer and Councilmember Hoffmeister stayed totally silent. So that died.
Just cause I want it to be effective immediately. He wants to make it immediate, and I would also support that recommendation. Any other conversation about that with my other colleagues? Okay. I do not support that at this time, so dies for lack of a third person for consensus.
Shout out to the corporate lobby interest group, the California Apartment Association, that represents the interests of big business. They have a long history of opposing any and all kinds of tenant protections, which has aided the city's unwillingness to take action to stop people from hurting. This is about working class versus the rich.
Then COVID-19 hit. People were losing their jobs, aka their ability to pay rent, so they were now even more at risk of being evicted. And landlord harassment to pay that rent did not stop. Even during a pandemic, a 300-unit building in Concord is receiving a rent increase for the month of August.
This is why we fought for an eviction moratorium to give tenants more time to pay back their rent to avoid being evicted during COVID-19. This moratorium was a temporary help, but not enough of a solution to keep people housed in the long run.
Side note, this is why thousands of tenants all over California are calling on Governor Newsom to cancel rents and mortgages during this time.
The council meeting on June 23rd showed us how Concord City Council fails to prioritize real community needs over things like policing the same communities who are at risk of being displaced from Concord.
How are we going to sit here and talk about giving 16 new vehicles to the Concord Police Department when there are still people without homes?
So that was hopefully a brief rundown of some of Concord's history, so you may be wondering what's next.
Save the date! Concord City Council will be meeting on July 7th to rediscuss their empty proposals for housing protections. Neither rent control or just cause is on the table, and that's why we are demanding an extension on the eviction moratorium and real just cause for evictions for all tenants in Concord so that people aren't being evicted for no reason.
Also, earlier that day, on July 7th, join us in attending our Caravan for Housing Justice. We'll be meeting at 11 a.m. at Meadow Homes Park in Concord.
We are fighting for roof and refuge, which means everyone has a home and feels safe in our community.
We believe that housing is a human right and that everyone deserves a stable home free from the fear of being displaced, because that is truly what keeps us safe.